welcome to Regional Property Unplugged. We have coffee today.
Yeah,
thanks, Mark. Thanks for bringing it over.
Straight from Nash Lane.
Beautiful.
I might have been late, but it was worth it.
No, he always rocks up 2 minutes before we go live. But
I'm on time.
You are on time.
Yeah,
but he's a busy man.
Yeah.
And we know
and I'm
why.
wearing shoes and you're not.
Oh, yeah, true. I'm hiding my feet.
So I have to get all dressed up and you're just hanging out in your lounge, just wearing no shoes.
I work. I just choose to work without a uniform.
Yeah, that's good, isn't it? No uniform.
I love it.
Yeah.
I've got the best business.
I think real estate's one of those industries that's still required to have that
It's good.
shirt, pants.
Yeah.
There's not many industries like that anymore.
No, there isn't.
Maybe banking.
Yeah, banking.
Banking
yeah.
and real estate.
Corporate world still need that corporate wear. And I think it's a good thing.
Fridays are my casual. I like to
yeah.
wear a polo.
Do you?
But I still think you need that professionalism. I refuse to wear a tie.
Do you?
Why are we talking about this?
I don't know. Hello, everyone.
I just can't. You know why I don't like wearing a tie? Because my neck's too big. And they're just not comfortable on me. And I know they can look quite professional.
They do.
But then also we live in Mildura.
I know, and it's hot.
It's bloody hot.
Wait till winter. See how you go.
Maybe we should do a live on what people should wear in Mildura. Or regional areas.
Yeah. All right, let's do that. Yeah. Or not.
Or not. We've just covered it, I think.
We have covered it. Yeah. Let's get back to topic. How to not overcapitalize. We did speak about this early last year.
Yeah.
And I think it's a really good reminder. I think we should do this quite often. And things change as well.
Big time. I reckon that things have changed a lot since the last time we would have spoken about it. Because I reckon that'd be almost a year ago. We're probably nearly a year from when we started our lives.
Yeah.
Every week, almost. Other than when
Couple
you go on
of
holidays.
I go on a holiday.
Yeah. But it's been good because it's fun. It's just, I don't know, it's like, obviously we discuss everything we discuss every day.
Yeah.
But now we're sort of getting out to different people and I get lots of feedback from people. I think you do too.
I do too, yeah.
So it's cool.
Yeah, it is. It's great. It gives value.
So what are we talking about again?
It's one of those days. Overcapitalising. What do you put in the coffee?
Yeah.
Overcapitalising. Now, we've obviously talked to a lot of our clients about how not to. And some things, you know, they will come to us and say, oh, we're thinking about doing this. And we go, no, you don't have to.
Yeah.
It's no big deal. Like, you don't have to do it. And I think that's the best advice. You can actually spend a lot of money. And where do you stop? Like, you could really redo it and, you know, spend a lot of money. But if you want to make money and not lose money, then there is a...
You've got to play it smart, don't you?
You do, massively.
And, you know, there's no silly questions in this stuff because, you know, I was talking to a client this morning and we've got a responsibility in this industry to make sure we're...
Duty of care.
Yeah, because there's been... A friend of mine's had a bad experience and, you know, I think, you know, it just reiterates that we are... So it's so important that we are giving the right advice. And if we are going through the process of advising someone or even when we're selling their home, that we're keeping them up to date. One of my vendors yesterday, she's like, so which bank do I go to for the settlement? She thought she had to actually go.
Oh, really?
But why would she know?
Yeah, that's right.
She hadn't sold it. She hadn't sold a house.
Yeah.
Well, they'd been in that house for 47 years.
It used to be that way, didn't it?
It used to, well, sort of.
Something.
Not often the vendors and buyers, but she just got a bit confused and it just goes to show how important, and I guess that's what's great about this stuff. But the information that we're giving people is crucial. And if you're going to renovate a property or flip it, or renovate to stay there, it's still important to understand, you know, how to go about each scenario. And I'll give an example, right? We're doing a significant extension at home at the moment and it's cost us so much more than we thought.
Yeah,
right. And I'm in the industry.
Yeah.
Well, sort of, you know, I'm not in the building industry.
Yeah, you know the trades.
We started this process mid last year and we haven't even got a slab down yet. It's not far away. It's hopefully going to happen this week. But you know, if someone's going to, like if someone's thinking of, all right, we love our home, we're not leaving.
Yes.
But we want to, you know, add on you know, there's a big process that you go through.
There is.
You know, from, like we're in a farming zone. So, you know, you've got to, if you want to do an extension, you've got a septic tank, you've got to get engineers, you've got to get soil tests done, you've got to get all these other things involved that a lot of people just don't get. I didn't know how to do it.
Yeah, right.
You know, we had to, from the council, we've have to completely get rid of our septic system and put a new treatment plant in.
Yeah.
Because the council's rules have changed, and they wanted us to do an extra 400 metres of realm drain.
Right. Okay.
Which is like up, down the street, around the back into Mildura and back again. It's not feasible.
It's half a kilometre.
It's a long way.
I know, it is a long way.
But all these rules have changed. So then we've had to go and fork out an extra, 12, 13 grand. So many things you have to think about, and you have to plan. And we knew that we had to do that before. Once we'd started the talk, but we'd made the mind up that we were. So we had to factor all those things in. So on what your plan is. Mm-hmm. So if you're doing what we're doing, and you're renovating to stay for a long time, there's a lot of costs, hidden costs, things that you might not be aware of. Yeah. It's got a plan. And then if you're making sure that, if you're doing a flip, then, well, it's a good market to do it.
Well, it is a good market to do it. And I wonder whether, I think, when you're thinking about long term, it's about investing not just in the property, it's investing in your quality of life.
Yeah.
But when you are flipping, when you're thinking short term, okay, I want to update it to sell. Yeah. That's when you don't think about those. Is we need to do things really like probably the minor things, the things that need fixing that attract people's attention. Yeah. As well as little things, and it seems like a lot to repaint the inside of your house. Yeah. But that is the number one thing that can help drive up the price, but also make everyone feel good about the property.
Freshens it up, doesn't it?
I just some people will say to me, can we just, ditch that part of the process? I'm like, please don't. Like, if you've got the funds to be able to do it, or you can DIY and do it yourself.
It's the bit that you want to do yourself.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Because it is, one at the moment, so we're in a situation where the market's quite buoyant. So, you're buying properties up a little bit, but you're also got the ability to really get a great price, because we continue to speak about the fact that presentation is key, and photography is key, and that's what. So if you're wanting to do those things, you've got to do it right in any market. But you're paying a bit higher at the moment, but you might get a better reward. Yeah. But getting tradies at the moment, my God, you're going to really struggle. So you've got to be prepared to do this stuff, a lot of it yourself.
Exactly.
I'm not sure you'll make the margins at the moment.
No, there you go. That's something.
Well, you think about it. How hard is it to get tradies at the moment? Everyone's talking about it.
Yeah.
We're finding it a little bit. Like, we've had previous relationships with tradies that we're lucky that we've got. But if someone wants to go and build a house tomorrow, if they go and buy some land, they'll be lucky to be in it by this time next year.
Wow.
Or mid next year. If they want to renovate, most tradies are going, oh, yeah, okay, come and see me in 3 or 4 months. Wow. So sometimes you need to make sure that if this is something that you're doing, that you've got a plan in place, you've got some tradies lined up, when your house is going to settle, or if that's the flip side of things you're doing, and making sure that you can turn it around really quickly.
Yep. Yeah.
Like, absolutely. Really quickly.
Yeah, exactly.
But you've got to have everyone lined up. So it's not just, okay, I'll ring up, he'll come by next week anymore, because the town is ridiculous.
Really need a plan of action now. Like, really a tight plan. Geez, I tell you what, if you're out of work and if you're handy, good time to start a business. Handyman, landscaping, whatever.
You shouldn't be out of work though. No. It shouldn't be.
But no, that's right.
I was talking to Jack Nash just then, and they're really struggling to get staff.
Are they?
Yeah, so, I don't know, everyone seems to be busy. There shouldn't be anyone out there that hasn't got work. Yeah. It's hard to know, like the economy in Mildura and the building industry and real estate and the hospitality industry, it's all a bit strange. Like, you would have thought not this time last year, but maybe last year, that there'd be people wanting to put their hand up and say, I'll just work anywhere.
Yeah, that's right.
But there's just no work. Where is everyone?
It's interesting in Mildura. Yeah, it's unreal. We got off topic there.
Again.
But overcapitalising. All right, how not to. Let's talk about aesthetics.
Yeah.
Paint, new carpet, new light fittings.
Yeah.
I think those 3 things, we've said that before, but those 3 things make a massive difference.
Yes.
A massive difference. What are the reactions when people walk in to an open home and it's freshly painted, it's brand new carpet? What are they saying?
Well, instantly they go, well, I can move in here tomorrow and not have to lift a finger. Yeah. And more importantly, people don't have time. Yeah. So the buyers that don't have time, it's because they maybe have a high-end job, or they work long hours, and they've got more money to invest into something because they don't have the time to do it themselves.
Yeah.
So they don't want to renovate, or they don't want to have to.
Everything's fast-paced now.
It is. They're looking for the house that they can fall in love with. So they come in, and if they find, you see it at every open. The one I was talking about, the lady who settled yesterday, like that. When I sold that a couple of months ago, everybody come up to me and said, "Oh my God, this place!" And this was just so well looked after. This house. It wasn't that they'd fully renovated. It was just immaculately kept. Yeah. Gardens. Everything was just beautiful, and just. The comments were just, "Oh my God, this is made, this beautiful," and that makes people feel good, right? And when they feel good, they want it. That's real estate's emotional, right. So they get to the stage where they think, well, okay, well, because I feel good in this house, and because it's so well kept, and because I love everything about how I'm feeling as I'm walking through this house, I can really see myself living here. Yeah, I can feel it. I want to be here. So then, the next thing is what am I going to do to buy it? Yeah, and that's what happens time and time again. You see it from buyers. They will come at you as hard if they love it and they love the feel that they're getting, because that's how people buy real estate. They will pay a good price.
That's right, and there's no house discrimination either. It can be a low-end house that we're saying, put the energy into it, and you can still make money on a low-end house as well as top-end. Yeah.
We had one that we cleaned up, wasn't renovated, but it was just things needed to be done. So we got Andy Whiteley, we discussed last night. If he's watching, he probably is. I'm not sure what else he's doing.
But he's not working.
Yeah. But no, we did. We did what we had to do. Yeah. And it did the job. We got a hell of a lot more than what we expected. So. If I had have said to them, now it took another month. It was a month to decision for us to get to that point of the tenants vacating and then getting that house to a point where it took a while. Yeah. Because everyone's so busy. Yes. But it was well worth it. Yeah. Because the value that I saw when the tenants were in there, they were in there late last year, and it was a decision. Let's just wait till they get out because they've decided to move out. Yeah. Let's wait and do it right. And I think it was almost a $45,000 decision, in my opinion. Wow. From the sale price to what I thought, maybe a bit more, from what I thought it was worth late last year to what we got for it. Unreal. And it was because we had 5 or 6 people making offers on it. And ultimately, what happens? People panic. They see lots of people at the open. They hear the comments to me. They see people taking the offer forms. Yeah. And then they know what they've got to do to buy it. And if that's what they want to do, it's up to them. And because there was 4 or 5 of them wanting the same thing, so it all comes down to, and we not that it needed much, but it was those little things, the cleanups and a bit of paint and stuff like that did the job. Yeah,
exactly. Some of the things that we do get asked is like curving stuff, to go around the garden. Okay. Just curving stuff. I just lost my train of thought. You know the stuff.
No, I don't know what you're talking about. What is it?
No,
I don't know. Garden edging.
The edging. That's it. That's the edging.
You heard it right here. The curvy stuff.
Yeah. The edging is like, expensive edging. You can stop. You can do it. You don't have to spend a lot of money on the curving stuff, because we do get asked that. And so
it formalises it, doesn't it?
It does formalise it, but you don't have to spend a lot of money getting. Because if you set things in concrete, should we get off this? No, but if you set things in concrete, some people want to change things or whatever. Yeah. But if you neaten it up, tidy it up, you don't have to go spend $3,000 or $4,000 on the curving stuff.
On the curve, well, why would you? It doesn't sound that good. The curvy stuff.
What else? Let's get off the curving
all right, so
stuff.
there's one that's getting flipped at the moment, and he's got a bulldozer. You've stuffed it up for me now. A bobcat in, and it was quite an undulate. It was just wasn't very well presented, and there was some trees, and just getting it cleaned up, level
it up,
boxed garden beds around the not curvy, boxed garden beds around the edges, and same at the front. Just gives it a real structure, and I reckon that's nice. And formality, whatever it is, the gardens actually will look amazing, but it's flat, it's level, it's neat, it's tidy. It just, it's just get it back to bare bones in some regards, leave the good established trees, and then start again, roll grass out, or whatever you decide to do.
Beautiful.
So, but it is really about the facade, making sure that the colours work.
Yes.
Talk to a colour consultant.
Yeah.
You know, talk to someone that's going to work, you know, if you've got a red roof or a white roof or a tin roof or whatever, what facade, what fascias are you going to paint it, guttering, etc. How do you tie it all in? Do you paint the roof?
That's right.
So many different scenarios. In some cases, you do. But
that's right.
It all comes down to cost. It all comes down to location. It all comes down to, you know, getting the right advice from the get-go and knowing what you're going to invest in and maybe trying to stick to that budget. I know it's hard.
It is.
But if you look at everything you got to do, then it can be done well.
Absolutely.
Can you put in another bathroom? Can you convert a laundry simply into an ensuite?
Yeah.
Or vice versa, convert the bathroom to an ensuite. So then you're making a home a 3-bedroom, 1-bathroom to a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom. The difference in that market is 50 to 100 grand.
That's right. And you can do a bathroom. You don't have to spend 50 to 60,000.
No, if your plumbing's there, ready to go.
If the plumbing's there, that's right. You can do things.
Coffee's good.
Is it good? Mine's beautiful. If you do things with, you know, you can have a low budget tile. You can still make them work.
Yeah.
I work with so many, you know, different ranges of, you know, budgets with doing bathrooms, and they all look amazing. An updated bathroom, it doesn't matter how cheap you do it or how expensive or, like, you know, whatever you invest in, it can look amazing. But I would, if you're going to sell it, I wouldn't be spending $50,000-$60,000 on a bathroom.
Definitely not.
No.
And you know, I have these, you know, I talk to these people all the time, like, oh, we're thinking of putting a bathroom there. It's like, yeah, fair enough, but then you got to run all your plumbing from one side of the house to the other. Yeah, it would work really well if you're going to live here for the next 10 years.
That's right, exactly.
And I think that's where a lot of people get confused. And like, you know, I do speak to a lot of people that just say, look, we just don't know how much more to go. Well, how long are you going to be here for?
Yeah.
What's your plan? I mean, there's no guarantees in anything. You might think you're going to be there for 5 and you're there for 10, or vice versa.
Exactly.
So, you know, sometimes it's okay, well, if you do spend 10 grand in this area, but you get longevity and you get good use out of it for the next 5 years, and it's worth it.
Yeah.
Because it's worth all that time that you get to have an extra bathroom or an extra living space whilst you're living. You know, you talk to a lot of people about people living in a home that has a rumpus room for the kids, you know, or an area for them to be able to go when they're at an age where they've got friends coming over, and everyone wants to create a scenario where their kids can be at home, so we can keep an eye on them.
Yeah, exactly.
We hear this all the time.
Yeah.
So if you're doing that for the benefit of yourselves and your way of life, then it's worth investing in.
Absolutely.
You know, you may add all the numbers up in 10 years' time and only make 100 grand or 50 grand, but you've got quality of time.
Yeah.
You've had a great time in that home. So it all depends on what your objective is. You know, is the monetary side of things more important than the enjoyment you got out of the house? Like, go back to Pauline, 47 years. She goes, I got so emotional walking around the house yesterday for the last time. She goes, you know, I started thinking about the kids. You know, when they were born, and she goes, I remember when I brought them home from hospital. And she got quite emotional, and that's real estate. It's an emotional thing, and
it is.
You know, but they did extensions and renovations over time. And you know what? I don't reckon they'd be saying, "Oh, geez, we only made 40 grand out of this place." No. When we all added up.
That's right.
It's the memories that are the big thing.
That's right.
For that side of renovating.
That's right. And so if you have got a property that you're thinking, I'm going to stay for five years or so, or as a 5 or 10 year plan, live for now. Do what you want to do now.
Yeah, I reckon.
For sure. Absolutely. But yeah, there's a big difference between flipping and doing it for investments than investing emotionally.
And every situation, again, we reiterate every week, every situation is different, because, you know, you might be in a location that's the next location to be in, but no one really knows what that is.
Yeah.
People think they know.
Yeah.
And then it just happens, you're like, oh, geez, I should have bought that 2 years ago. But, you know, I think sometimes it's like anything. You just got to go with your gut, but get the right advice.
Yes.
Talk to your tradies. Talk to a real estate advisor from one agency. Talk to yourself or someone that they trust that's good with colours or advising on that sort of thing. So, heaps. And anyone that's in different towns, you know, you talk, like, you've just got to get the right advice and make sure you've got a bit of a plan. But if you're planning on staying there for 20 years, again, I'll go back to our situation. We want a big rumpus room because we had an extra baby. She took our rumpus room off us. We want to give that back to the kids so they can go and just have their domain as they're all becoming teenagers. And, whether once we finish this, once it's worth more or less, we don't care because we're going to be there a long time.
Well, that's right. And then, you're making room
I spent $9 million at Bunnings in the last 5 years.
So you're home away from home?
Yeah. So that's the thing, But if you're sitting there adding it all up, but your plan is to stay there and raise your kids, then it's a different scenario.
And it's there for another big family.
Yeah.
It's all a win-win.
I think so. But it's, ask the question. Absolutely. But if it's a short-term thing, if you're going... Because I have people sort of say, oh, look, we're thinking of selling in spring. We're thinking of spending 50 grand. Yeah. Will we get it back? It's like, probably not.
No, that's right.
So there's...
exactly.
Yes, 5 grand.
Yeah.
If you're like... we can give you that, okay, this is where you're at now in the market right now. If the market's similar in spring, we're talking similar sort of, buoyancy, etc., then, we'd expect that it'll be the same if you leave it or maybe a little bit more. Yeah. Or if you spend 5 grand and really give it that edge, then it could be worth another 50 grand.
That's right. Actually, on that subject, because I'm sure you have a lot of questions, I do too, on styling the property. So if you've got an empty home and we push to style it, to stage it, that's an investment, right?
Oh, big time.
Is it an overcapitalising investment? No way. So
people have that fear of like, oh, can I afford the extra 2.5 or 3 grand, or whatever it is, and it just, I'm telling you, we've done it how many times. It works because I've got another one at the moment that's empty. Yeah. And people walk in, and it happened on the weekend, and she's like, oh, where would I put my couch? And she could not work out because they were two strange little size living in. Yeah. She couldn't work out how she would live in it. Yeah. Well, if you can't feel it, you don't work out how you're going to live in it. You're not buying it, are you?
No, that's right. Exactly.
But when it's laid out for you and people can see how they're going to live in it, then it's an easier decision for them.
Absolutely. We're finding it's quicker sale, but not only that, you are making an ROI. Yeah. Like probably 10 times. Yeah. 10 times, yeah. So, that's something to invest in. You're not overcapitalising by giving that extra attention to detail. Yeah. So I'd like to talk more about that if you...
Well, we've got a couple of properties this week coming up, haven't we?
Yep.
You did for the first time on the weekend do 2 houses.
2 houses. My arms were jelly.
That's what you get for going away.
Yeah, I know.
But that's the thing though, because, and I think particularly for Tegan, who her house is coming on the market this weekend, it wasn't even a decision for her. Like she came to us and said, this is what I want. I want to see this in my house. I think it'll work really well. Yeah. So she was the one that told us that she was doing, and it wasn't the other way around. It wasn't me sitting there saying, if you did this, this, and this, it would be a really good thing for your property. She'd seen enough of it in the market that she'd made her mind up. She didn't need to get any tips or advice. It was just let's do it.
Let's do it. It's turned out
which is pretty cool. Yep. So she must watch Regional Unplugged at 11 o'clock every Tuesday.
I'm sure she does, like the rest of the world.
Yeah.
All right, so this is cool. So if you got any questions, always hit us up. There's no question that's too dumb to...
Nah, and case by case, every time.
Absolutely.
Happy to pop out, have a quick look, have a quick chat.
Absolutely. You're not set in a contract. We're just getting us out there. We're just happy to help. It's our duty of care to the industry. You're going out to make a video this afternoon? For the next one.
Yep, got a few properties dropping this week, so that'll be fun because there won't be not normally a lot over Easter. So
what's happening on Easter? May as well tell everyone.
Well, it's never really typically a busy weekend for real estate, so it's kind of an opportunity to
be with family.
Well, it is, So, but it's we've worked Easters before, and I think most people go away, don't they?
Yeah, they
I don't know about this Easter. Like last year we were in lockdown, so it was strange.
Well, we don't have the sports,
water sports. No, so it's going to be different. But most people aren't thinking about anything other than camping.
Yeah.
You know, fishing, traveling, going away, hanging out at home, campfires. Yeah. It's a good opportunity. Like last year, we just put tents in the backyard because we couldn't do anything else.
Oh, that's it.
And then I had to take the dog to the vet because he ate all the kids' chocolates. So that was good.
Oh, no.
But, you know, typically I don't do opens on Easter because it's a bit of a non-event.
Everyone's enjoying family and doing their stuff. Well, that's cool. Good stuff.
So, let's do an Easter competition next Tuesday.
Do you want to?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
All right.
We'll come up with
something.
Big basket of chocolates, but you got to watch.
Yeah, watch Mark's socials and just
We'll announce it next week. You've got to type something into the comment section.
All right.
Is that a good idea?
Well, we should do it now so we can keep going. What do they have to type?
No, they'll type. We're going to type next week.
Oh,
they're going to type in it next week, and then they'll win it before. They'll win it before like Easter next week, Thursday.
Nice. Let's do that.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Anyone want to donate an basket of Easter eggs?
A basket? No,
I'm
joking.
No, I'm serious.
He's not.
I'm serious.
All right, guys. Have an amazing day. If you've got any questions, you know where to find us. We'll see you next week.
See you in about.
Easter egg time. Woohoo! Okay.
Bye.
See you guys. Bye.